Welcome to the Vault XL. Thank you for joining me. Wonderful, wonderful week. Hope you all are well. This is live number 2. Please check out the earlier live pertaining to Puff Daddy. He has been stripped of his Harvard University honorary degree. They have refunded or making provisions to refund his $1 million donation to the school, and the scholarship that was in his name, it has now been dismantled. Also in that live stream, we discussed Gypsy Rose and Brian. They are allegedly getting a divorce. She has moved on with a guy she used to date when she was incarcerated. And we briefly discussed those wranglings and what Ryan has had to say about why they're not together. He's rather vague, but he dropped a little bit of tea here and there. So please check out that earlier live stream. This live stream is 2 parts. We're going to discuss Bobbie the Jumping Bean. She's making her rounds on YouTube. Will she be on somebody else's panel? Don't know, because I don't really have that kind of time to jump around my damn self, I got work to do. Got things to do. But anywho, someone put that in the chat last night that she shamoozled on over to somebody else's channel after Mr. J's commentary. So we're going to ask ourselves, what's the point of this channel hopping, ma'am? Did you feel like what she had to say was of relevance? Flashing lights, blah, blah, blah. Cars parked, people with goggles. It's up to you. A video has been leaked pertaining to the flashlights. Who's leaked this video? What's your purpose and what message are you trying to send to the universe? Are you trying to send a message to the Proudfoots? Are you going to come forward? Tuber tantrums. YouTubers complaining about their letters by a Mr. Rogers. Do they deserve them? Is it right to sue these YouTubers and or ask them to stop talking on the wire about his son? Will there be legal action? Will they stop talking? One of them, he sure ain't stopped talking. So he obviously don't care about his channel. That's just my opinion. Free speech. But as we black folks would say, free ain't really free. Shut your mouth. There's a price for freedom. I think most of you know this. No matter your race, free ain't really free. Seth tells us that somebody called the police. Oops, Scott shouldn't have mentioned his name. But anywho, this bio dad says, hey, I guess he did what he had to do. I don't know. Calling the police on the bio dad. Why? You've been up here talking about his son, talking about him, talking about the Proudfoots, talking about Pookie, Ray. So it's par for the course. I mean, we'll just keep it real. So why are you calling the police? As I said in my live earlier, nuck if you buck. Nuck if you buck. That's all. That's advice I can give you. Nuck if you buck. If you don't understand that street terminology, shit, handle your business. It's the way of the world. Crying syndromes. Calling the police. What the hell are the police going to do? But this is what the bio dad says. Police contacted him about the letters he sent out. I find it interesting. All of this is so interesting to me because I'm trying to understand how you can be on a platform talking junk and giving your opinion, this opinion that you think you are owed to give about him, her, them, those, but then you call the police. What you call the police for? He didn't call the police on you because you was up here talking about him. You don't like him. You don't like this one, that one. You're hypothesizing. Some of you lying, passing rumors. He didn't call the police on you, but you're going to call the police on him. I think it's funny because it's like I just said, nuck if you buck. You buck. Shit, what you calling the police for? Shit, handle your business. Some people say it's a coward's way. You up here talking, so just roll with it. Handle whatever comes. Hey, it is what it is. The Wales have decided to speak pertaining to the disappearance of their child. They feel like the police have targeted them. Well, this is the first time we've ever heard this from Mr. Donald Wells. Oh, you all feel like targets? Really? Why tell us this now? Very interesting. Now you want to say that your children been kidnapped. Who kidnapped your children? You mean you gave your children to the state? Or how did it go? Because we know that when children go missing and there are other children in the home, the state doesn't necessarily take your kids. So what really happened? What really happened in July of 2021 pertaining to the children with the Wells? Candus exited stage left again. Damn Dr. Phil repeat. I said, look at this heifer. And here he goes, talking like he's the loving husband. Oh, you know, her back, her this. Ain't nothing wrong with that heifer back. She don't do nothing. She don't work. She don't do shit. What's wrong with her back? What's wrong with her? She got neuropathy. She got arthritis, fibromyalgia. Well, what's wrong with her? Or she tired from drinking. Can't sit up right. Ting, 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 ting. Then drank all damn night, can't sit up right. That's what's wrong with her. Walking around with this long ass t-shirt on, no bra. Never like wearing a bra. Flannel pants or checkerboard pants. You could at least put on a nice shirt and a pair of pants to exit stage left, Candus. More nonsense. Let's get down to business, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Vault XL. 2-part live. Make it count. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Let's talk about the Wells first, because they ain't talking about nothing either. Some more nonsense. Oh, 2 movies for the week. Sorry I'm late. Gonna give you a double feature today, or it's called Tenet, excuse me. It is now playing free on Tubi. Forgot to tell you it's on Tubi if you're curious. Tenet, it's an action movie. So for my fans who like action movies, because I rarely post action movies. So for those of you gals and guys that like action movies, Tenet is now playing on Tubi. And The House of Versace is also on Tubi and Lifetime. It's also free in the YouTube queue. All you have to do is just hit that screen and watch it as you see fit. Let's go over the polls and then we'll get down to business. Thank you for joining me. No wonder this teenage boy is missing from Middle Tennessee. One comment. Well, it's not there. Should YouTubers stop speaking on that case? 21% yes, 71% no, 5% not sure, 3% don't care, 298 votes, 7 comments, not reading them. Read them at your leisure. Should crybaby YouTubers have called police on father about cease and desist letters? 18% yes, 65% no, 4% not sure, 13% of you said you don't care. That's the new option the Queen will put on polls. Option D. Do not care. It'll either be D or E. Woo, woo, woo. 76% of you said no. The bio dad should not be suing YouTubers for defamation. Interesting. Does Gypsy Rose's boyfriend care for her or love her? This is pertaining to the last live. 9% yes, 64% no, 27% not sure. Is Gypsy Rose's family using her for money, profiting from her notoriety? Yes, 81%, 4% no, 16% not sure. Is Gypsy Rose's boyfriend using her? 76% yes, 5% no, 19% not sure. Does Ryan want Gypsy Rose back? 50% yes, 27% no, 23% not sure. Should Gypsy Rose's family be awarded money from April John's content about her, and if true, not securing deals? 15% yes, 73% no, 13% of you are not sure. Wow. So 73% of you said she don't need no money from this lady. Okay. Well, we found out that she did hoodwink them, use them to put content on her own network platform. Don't know where she is, ain't looking for her, don't care. But anywho, did she use the family and use Gypsy Rose's name, get personal information, documents, medical records for her own personal financial gain? Did she do that? 28% of you said no. 54% of you said yes. Not sure. 18%. Will the owner of this video of flashing lights near Proudfoot home come forward? 15% yes, 74% no, 11% not sure. Someone has leaked the video The morning of Seb's disappearance of flashing lights. Is this person insinuating that the Proudfoots are involved? 76% yes, 10% no, 14% not sure. Is Gypsy Rose in love with her new old boyfriend? 31% yes, 38% no, 29% not sure, and always have been 2%. Thank you for voting, everybody. After listening to my last live, do you think Gypsy Rose's stepmom, dad, sister, or friend pushed new boyfriend onto her? Which this is the new boyfriend / old boyfriend. Keep up, everybody, because you can get lost. 73% says yes, they did push him onto her. 15% said no. 12% not sure. Need more votes. Only 33% of you voted. Did Gypsy Rose ever love Ryan? 4% yes, 91% no, 6% not sure. Did Gypsy Rose use Ryan while locked up? 93% yes, 2% no, 5% not sure. Please check the Queen's channel for content from Mr. Ryan Anderson pertaining to why he and Gypsy are not together. Will he have to pay her alimony? Will they get back together? Will it work with Mr. Ken Urker? Is Ken Urker using her? Is her family using her? Are her new friends, old friends, family members, cousin using her? Should the friend's cousin, baby mama, daddy that told her business that he was controlling her? Woo, Jesus, I'm out of breath. Damn. Weigh in. Now, let's get down to these dirty wells. Let's get down to business. Hold on one second. 20 hours ago, the Queen uploaded this post. How do you pop on the 2 YouTube panels in 24 hours to tell your version about whatever happened with the Proudfoots in the neighborhood? Man, you can't make this sugar up. 9 comments. Well, now, word is that the female neighbor has been on 2 channels in 24 hours. Wow. Will she start a YouTube channel? 23% of you said yes. 29% of you said no. 12% not sure. 36% not sure out of 185 votes. Hey, friends. Sorry about the lie, but only one person in the Walmart heard of you-know-who out of Middle Tennessee. Out of 7 people that I approached, one crazy lady looked scared, said she had her kid with her. Honey, I don't kidnap children, but I get it. See you shortly, everybody. Talk about the Raleigh Strain Toxicology Report. Nobody knows of this child. The few people I talked to in Walmart last night. That's why I didn't go live. The one girl who thought about it, she was the one that they said couldn't speak damn English. I said, well, she's speaking pretty good English right now. It's always something. Does this lady neighbor want 5 minutes of fame on YouTube? 31% yes, 47% no, 14% not sure, 8% don't care. 346 votes, 6 comments. Will Seth speak on the neighbor's info? 37% yes, 21% no, 21% not sure, 21% don't care. Hot damn. Triple, 21. 21% no, 21% not sure, and 21% of you don't care if he speaks or not. Damn, y'all killing me. Will the Proudfoots refute the neighbor's info? 59% yes, 18% no, 9% not sure, 14% don't care. I think you all like that last option of don't care. Y'all ain't slick. Woo! Tony Mathis was quite right on a live. Will Caleb Harris's parents avoid him now? 33% yes, 2% no, 8% not sure, 57% says they should. Dang, Tony. Tony. They don't like you too much out here in YouTube world. Oh, it's okay. We've all had some hits here and there. That's life. Will there be a fallout from the lady speaking to YouTube? 69%, yeah, buddy. 17% says no, 14% says not sure. Neighbor spoke truthful, hearsay, or a bit of both. I think it's obvious. 27% truth, 13% hearsay, 52% both, 8% don't care. Should the neighbor have spoken on YouTube? 54% yes, 32% no, 8% not sure, 6% don't care. Wow, thank you all so much for taking the votes. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let me find these psycho parents to bring you their commentary. 108 in the room. Thank you. Thank you for the mods on deck. Amen. Welcome to the Vault Excel, everybody in the chat. I ask these questions to see how you respond. You know, how you feeling, what you think about a case. It's the only way we're gonna know is if we ask questions. Trying to find this nonsense. Hold on, I gotta go back up here. Hope everybody's okay tonight. Ding, 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 ding. WJHL is the source for this information if you need verification. Take the pose.
Summer Wells from her Hawkins County home.
The night she was reported missing, authorities said Summer was last seen walking from her home on Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community. Hours later, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation would issue an endangered child alert for her. That would later turn into an Amber Alert.
To this day, law enforcement still has not located Summer Wells and are not any closer to finding her. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniels spoke with Summer's parents.
We have pushed investigators for months to learn about new details or updates in this case. What we do know is that her family continues their search to bring Summer home. I spoke with both Dawn and Candus Wells in Kingsport at a place with deep meaning to Summer's disappearance. Gordon Park is anything but quiet this time of year. But 3 years ago, it was filled almost weekly with people praying for Summer Wells.
I see all these families, with their kids and how much they enjoy them and stuff. And we were stripped away from all our kids.
Oh, God, give it a rest.
From us, like DCS, and who knows? We're not sure about Summer, but we know about
wow.
Boys are out.
While the prayer vigils are now few and far between, Dawn and Candus Wells haven't stopped.
Yes, and who knows? We're not sure about Summer, but we know about where our boys are at.
While the prayer vigils are now few and far between, Dawn and Candus Wells haven't stopped praying that their daughter Summer will be found.
We have hope, always. But there's not much hope in this world. It's like, we have to trust God that there's hope and eternal life in heaven.
Summer was reported missing on June the 15th of 2021.
We know that she was taken off her property. We know she was taken away in a vehicle, or they would have found her in the area if she was somewhere in the area. But who's responsible for her? We don't know.
I asked Dawn and Candus when was the last time they heard from investigators.
We haven't lately at all. It's been a while. Over a year, I think. I haven't talked to any law enforcement at all. I tried to talk to the FBI agent about it, but that didn't go anywhere.
Dawn says he feels that he and his wife Candus were targeted by the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
They intimidated us, they belittled us, and done everything they could amidst all the chaos, and then the CPS was there doing the same thing.
When asked about how he thinks about Summer's disappearance 3 years later, Dawn spoke about a Department of Children's Services investigation.
They said somebody had called and said that we was giving our kids loaded guns to play with. And so they closed the case June 14th, which is something CPS does not do. They don't just close cases. So it's really odd and mystifying why they closed the case June 14th. And then 24 hours later, Summer's gone.
Summer's mother, Candus, sat in for part of our interview, but got up after a few questions.
She was going to try, but her emotions are just too much.
The last update in the Summer Wells case from law enforcement was an age-progressed photo released in June of last year. This image was released by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. If you have any information about the whereabouts of Summer Wells, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. That number is right there on your screen.
Donna Wells, please stop the bullshit. Now, many people already thought CPS was involved. You know me, I always say, bring me a receipt. Nobody can bring a receipt. This is still Don's version. Somebody called CPS about guns. Kids having access to guns. So somebody called when? June? April? May? March? 21? When did somebody call? Who's the person that called? Then you have the nerve to say, well, they closed the case, and they don't usually close cases, and then my child goes missing. So basically, you're insinuating that the Department of Human Services stole your kid. Nobody came up there and stole your kid. DHS don't want your kid. Guess what? Newsflash. The state of Tennessee doesn't have anywhere to house the kids they already have. Ding, 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 ding. Why do you think they were sleeping on the floor in Nashville at the DHS office a year or two ago? Because they didn't have anywhere to put them. So you think somebody wants your kid? Oh, matter of fact, 3 are gone by the state legally. So what was that all about? So you don't know what to believe because Don's talking. You're not hearing anything from the state to get verification of anything pertaining to CPS reports, any allegations against them. And then you're sitting here sounding like a fool to say, oh, well, we know where our 3 boys are. Do you know where they go? We'll go knock on the door. You know what exactly? You probably have no fucking idea where those kids are. They're not going to tell you nothing. I wouldn't tell you nothing no way because y'all are crazy as hell. Probably didn't even go see him but one time. Probably didn't even do that. Let somebody tell it. You told somebody on the live stream it was too far. Is that what Candus said? It was too far to drive? But it ain't too far to go get no liquor, no smoke, no vape. I bet your ass to drive 3 hours for a vape pen if the stores ran out of vape, ran out of weed, marijuana, crack, heroin, pills. I bet you'll drive. Your husband drove way up here to get damn drugs. Did you just say that, Queen? I did. You found a dope dealer up here? Oh, but the children, they too far. So now what you're saying, the state took your children. So the state took all 4 of your children. So they're hiding Summer out. Oh, wow. Okay. Candus had to get up from the interview. Her don't feel good. Her emotions. I had to replay that so I could hear that properly. What emotions? You got to feel something to be emotional. Isn't it interesting how anytime somebody asks her a question in a formal interview, she has to remove herself. But she can sit in front of a live stream in that dusty ass cabin on the hill and go on and on and on, drinking all that fucking monkey juice, vaping, smoking, talking about skunks and squirrels. Oh, you comfortable then. But then when you're sitting in front of the interview person, I gotta go, I don't feel good. Oh. Dr. Phil, you jump off the stage. As soon as he said something about cornbread mafia, as Pat Brown said, what the hell? What does a cornbread mafia have to do with anything? Nothing. Nothing. Now, WJHL, same thing. I gotta go. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. But you can sit on a live stream and go on and on. You people are crazy. But it's a game. Queen done figured you out. You the same way. Sat on YouTube, making a donkey's ass out of yourself. YouTubers patting you on the back, riding the ride with you. Hour after hour after hour going live, talking about absolutely nothing. Then when the news come, Candus, she can't talk. Her back hurt. Her feet hurt. She's emotional. But she ain't emotional when she go live from her cabin. Explain that to us. Then you got the nerve to sit here and talk about the people walking around the park with their families. And when did you last take your children to a park? Let alone that park. And I'm supposed to believe in Rodersville, you all don't have one park to take your children to. This park is significant. Is it? Is it significant? What's significant about it? Because you all don't strike me as people who would take their children any damn where. Yeah, we seen your little funky ass pictures on Facebook where you had the kids over here, over there. That shit don't mean nothing to me. Because guess what? All your children are gone. So as I've told many people, when it comes to kids, it doesn't matter that you comb their hair, you put hair bows in their hair, you bought some cute little clothes from Old Navy or Baby Gap. The point is, once there are allegations of abuse, sexual assault, whatever the situation is, that shit's out the window. Oh, I fed my baby when they were a newborn. Well, yeah, Wally, you have to feed the baby. The baby has to be able to eat. Oh, I gave my baby a bath. Yeah, Wally, you have to bathe the baby so the baby doesn't stink. Oh, I took my kid to the park. Yeah, your child needs to get out of the house so he or she can get vitamin D. What's your point? You don't have a point. That's right. So once again, it's the blame game. Blaming everybody else for the kids. No responsibility for your part as trifling parents. It's everybody else's fault. You have fallen out with half of East Tennessee, half of America that watch YouTube, and now it's Department of Human Services' fault. They took your kids. Well, why don't you go to the judge and say, please give me my kids back. Please, I want my children back. Please, 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 I want my babies back. And see if that works for you. You all are a spectacle. Because you ran your welcome out up here. I had just enough of you. And now, once again, almost 3 years later, no remorse, no emotion, blaming everybody for your children being removed out your care. You still didn't get your boys back. That shows me right there you didn't want your children. It doesn't take a year to get kids back. You follow the protocol, do what they ask. If that means going to work, going to school, looking for a job, taking P tests for drugs, alcohol, stopping biming, then that's what they want you to do. Take the parenting classes, have a plan, follow a plan, therapy, whatever they ask, you do it. Even if you don't want to do it, you do it anyway. You all didn't want to do it. So Department of Human Services, it's not the issue. You know, that was a slick ass move. That was a real slick move to try to put it off on the state. Oh, they closed the case the day before and poof, voila, Summer's gone the next day on the 15th. They never do that. You know, more nonsense and lies. Straight garbage. Middle Tennessee. We have us a jumping bean jumping around YouTube. Her name is Bobbie. Bobbie, how many other channels you going to jump on to tell us the same thing you already told JLR? Because, you know, I'm getting older. I can't keep up with the same story or twists and turns. I never played Twister as a kid. And they ain't going to do it now. Kind of got vertigo. So we're not getting down on the ground playing Twister with you and these crazy ass YouTubers. So how many pit stops are you going to make pertaining to this case? I'm curious. How many pit stops, honey, are you going to make? Like somebody said in the chat. Well, if you already know that lady over there in Hendersonville, why didn't you go to her channel day one? Ding, ding, ding. You're friends with her. You knew her from school, the Dairy Queen, wherever. Why didn't you go to her channel day one? Hey, girl, I got to tell you something, girl. Woo, child, let me tell you what I saw that night, girl. Girl, they had parked cars, walking around with goggles on, flashlights. 3 months later, we're hearing this. Interesting. Do you have any regrets? Spinning this web on YouTube? Is it going to cost you later? Possibly. But if you're the type that you're a busybody, it won't matter. You probably know what the fuck's going on over there anyway. You know who shot JR, who bought a new Mercedes, who came in town from New York, California. Maybe you're a busybody, a busy Karen. Are you that person, ma'am, Miss Bobbie? Miss Bobbie Jumpn? I don't know. Will the Proudfoots respond to this Jumpn? Will Mr. Seth respond? I don't know. Who else want to come forward and talk about that night or the neighborhood? Where is the neighbor that lives next door or across the street that's seeing flashing lights and cars moving and shadows in the window? That's who the hell I want to hear from. I don't want to hear from nobody that lives 2 streets over. I want to hear from the person that you said told you the information. He said and she said and they said. Where is the person that said it? Will they please stand up? That's who we want to hear from. I want to hear what your friend told you. I don't want to hear what the teacher told you. The teacher ain't supposed to be telling you nothing because that's confidentiality information, anything at the schoolhouse. So now you'll fuck around and get somebody fired from the schoolhouse. You talk too much. Keep trying to tell you all y'all don't pay attention. You'll fuck around and get somebody fired all because of what you told on YouTube. Once again, a motherfucker with no common sense. Because now let me tell you what's going to happen. Somebody that went back and told what you said on that live stream. Ding, 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 ding. And now they're going to wonder who knows you. That's a school teacher at this beach high school. And how long do you think it's going to be before somebody put it together who told you that information? Golly, you dumb. Too busy want to be involved in this fucking case. You done put somebody on blast. And now that person is sitting here thinking, oh, shit. I shouldn't have told her that. And I bet she done called you. Why you go to YouTube talking to that little boy? Why you tell that little boy that? Oh, I didn't mean any harm. I forgot. She said, don't you know people gonna know it was me that told you? They're gonna narrow it down. 1 or 2 teachers. Are you friends with most of the teachers at the high school? But what did you tell us? Oh, it's not like we sit around in a circle talking about the Proudfoots or the neighborhood. I can't tell. I can't tell. Y'all sitting around talking. Because if you can repeat what the school said about that little boy, if it's true, y'all been talking a whole lot in Hendersonville. Probably sitting at the fucking Starbucks talking. They don't even care who ear hustling. Lord have mercy. Well, since you all been talking and gossiping and worrying about Katie, the garage, this and that, lights on, lights off, tell us what a little boy is. Pull out your little crystal ball or your spirit box and tell us where we can find this child. That's all I want to hear. Just tell us where we can find the boy. Park cars, flashing lights. Oh, that was DoorDash, blah, 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 blah. Don't know who the hell was in them damn cars. Could have been anybody. Like I said, waiting on a date. Kids snuck out, sneaking in. Somebody could have been coming to buy some marijuana. Could be any damn thing. Trash trucks. Oh, my God. Flashing lights. Somebody walking, running with flashlights. Oh, I think it was one person. Oh, okay. Then I thought about what you said. Something about your son was up. Why would your son be up in the wee hours on a school morning? Ding, 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 ding. Y'all missed that. Say it again, Queen. If you all were up to see flashing lights running through these people's backyards, cars parked on that morning of the 26th, help me understand. Why ain't nobody in bed on a school night? Don't you go to work, ma'am? You got a job? You just up dilly-dallying around on an early Monday morning or Sunday night? Your child should have been in bed. He go to school, don't he? Brooks. You don't nobody listen. What are you doing up? Chasing lights. Don't you have to go to work, ma'am? Yeah, twin boys. Oh, Vivian, homeschool. Well, it don't matter. Homeschool, old school, new school, elementary school, high school. What are you doing up? What your children doing up? Is this lady clout chasing, wanting attention? She knows they ain't got trampolines, bicycles in the back. You can see back there. Well, what you doing looking back there? I got to talk like old black folks. What the hell you doing looking around there for? I didn't send for you. What you doing looking in my backyard? The hell you doing worrying about what I got in my yards? Oh, Jesus. This could have been a little old black lady. Lord have mercy. Jesus, she got cussed out. The little old black lady would have felt her. Look, bitch. What the fuck you doing worrying about what's in my damn backyard? What the fuck? Wait a minute. We got to do a Christopher Proudfoot. Fuck around and find out. How about that? Fuck around and find out what's in that backyard. Oh my goodness. Golly. They don't got no trampoline. They ain't got no bicycle. They ain't got no basketball goal. They ain't got, yeah. Because they don't want it. Ting, 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 ting. They don't want no basketball goal, girl. Maybe they can borrow yours. They can borrow it for faith. Take your damn trampoline down there. How about that? You should have known not to come to YouTube. Not long as Queen woke. They would have told you, you do not want that black lady at the Vault XL talking about your ass. You should have stayed quiet. You should have stayed quiet. You know Queen was going to come for your ass. Because this don't make no sense. Jesus, what is wrong with you people? They ain't got no bicycle. They ain't got no trampoline. Okay. Well, take yours down there to the Proudfoots. Hell, I got the address. What the address is, Queen? Ooh, y'all tickle me. I swear. As country folks say, I declare. What the address? 1008. Shit. $700,000 house. Woo, I saw that on Zillow today. I said, I be damn. I didn't even have to put up the information. I just Googled Hendersonville and Stafford Court. I just said Stafford Court. They house pop up. That's scary. That's because so many people have searched. So it's the first thing that pops up in the Google search. $621,000, I believe. Purchase price 2022. Valued at $719,000. Damn. That house don't look that big for $700,000. I'm just saying. Shit, I want an upstairs, a deck to go all the way around the bedroom, the back room, the kitchen, French doors. They ain't got all that for $719,000. Hell no, for $600,000, I want my house to sit upright. Now, there's other houses in the neighborhood. They got the little upstairs going on, little long-looking houses. Shit, they probably $800,000, $900,000. Woo, Christopher. Katie, y'all living good, ain't you? $700,000. $700,000. They ain't got no trampoline in their yard. Them don't got no basketball goal. Him don't got no swimming pool. They don't got no swimming pool in their backyard. I don't know why they don't have a swimming pool. They got a kid. What's the problem? I don't understand. I don't understand why they don't have a swimming pool back there. $700,000. That's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money. Oh my gosh. There's no swimming pool. There's no basketball goal. There's no trampoline. Hell, go ask some YouTubers. Go ask that little sawed-off leprechaun. Let him tell it. He live down the street. He helped you get a swimming pool back there, Katie. Him and Michaela. They'll put your pool back there. Shit, he got money. All them super chats and stickers. He'll pay you about $30,000, put a hole back there in the yard, put your swimming pool back there. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You ain't got no kid. Your child missing. Well, I'll be damned. Oh, that's right. They got Faith. Oh, hell no. They don't need no swimming pool because they don't like to watch children. She been fuck around, been found drowned back there. So we'll scratch the swimming pool. Lord have mercy. Interesting. Lord have mercy. What say you to chat about this Jumpn bean? Will she be on somebody else's channel? Will she get a YouTube channel? Because that's next. It looks like it happened in the Wells case. 1 minute they're talking to the news and they're talking to YouTubers. Next thing you know, poop, 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 poop. They got a YouTube channel. Live at 5. What's next? Is that next on the agenda, Miss Bobbie? You gonna get your YouTube channel? I'm just asking. Because some of y'all think she gonna get a YouTube channel. I don't know. Dial her up. She on Facebook? Just call her. I'm sure some of you have been in her inbox already. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about what you said on that live stream. Because you know some of you all are psychos too. Love going to people's inboxes. I need to talk to you about that interview you did on that channel. Are you sure you didn't see anything else? Well, I said everything I needed to say on the live stream. Well, I just want to make sure you're sure. That's all. Lord have mercy. Anybody else got a letter asking you to stop talking? Raise your hand. Is it down? Is there anybody else out there got a letter? Ooh. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Hey, if you got a letter, clap your hands. Call the police on the bio daddy. What the hell is that gonna do? Shit. Yeah, y'all crazy as hell. When I tell you YouTube, there's some weird ass folks up here. Weird. I was sitting there thinking about some of these black people that be on YouTube. They don't talk about some of these things I talk about. I wonder why. I'll let that sit right there. Yeah, that part. I live in Hendersonville. And, man, don't get me crunk. Hey. So what does it mean because you live in Hendersonville or you live in the area? Help me understand. What the fuck that's got to do with anything? So what? You don't know where the kid is. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, what's the point? As if nobody can get to Hendersonville. Like there's a secret door that you have to get a code to go into Hendersonville. Is there a secret code? Is this part of the military? Help me understand. It's a secret code where you get to this gate and the road's gated up and you got to have a secret password to get into Hendersonville. It's a little keypad or some shit. A lot. You got to have a fucking key to get into Hendersonville. Well, I'll be damned. Hell, I guess I'm going to call the mayor. I'm going to say, may I speak to the mayor, please? I may ask who's calling. Yes, this is Oprah Winfrey's secretary, and I want to know how I can get into the city limits. I'd like to know how I can get into the city limits. I beg your pardon? Well, I heard you need a key. You need a key to get in. Ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about. Is this a prank? No. This isn't a prank at all. I'm trying to get a key. I heard you needed a key to get into the city. Man, we don't have time for this bullshit. Click. Kind of like that. The panel's open. You got something you want to say about the whales and their commentary to the news? This cease and desist nonsense. All this crying and calling the police on the bio father. Flashing lights, dump trucks, parked cars, goggles, sea foam, snakes, rattlesnakes, toads, sandboxes. Stop me, I'm drowning. Surfboards. Swimming pools, the fuck? Woo. Yeah, Nutbush. Damn, girl, you stupid. Nutbush. Shit, I'll place Tina Turner right about now. Left a good job in the city. Working for the man every night and day. Hey, you need a key to get in there. Susan, thank you. All crazy as fuck. Exactly. All this nonsense. For what reason? Flashing lights. Dump trucks. Parked cars. Was something going on nefarious over there in Bobbie? That is the question. Was somebody luring somebody out from the Proudfoot's house? Yes or no? Other people involved, relatives, hired somebody. Who was the person that leaked this video? Guess we should ask Bobbie. Because you have to admit the timing is awfully funny. Suspicious. Bobbie. Bobbie, where are you? 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 Bobbie, Bobbie, Bobbie. We don't have to say Marsha anymore. It's now Bobbie. Bobbie, Bobbie, Bobbie. Bobbie, do you know who leaked that video? Because I have to admit, it's awfully strange that you go on a YouTube panel and you talk to this YouTuber who's not supposed to be talking about the case, and voila! There's now a leaked video of the flashing lights that the police were trying to get everybody to debunk. I'm really confused. Bobbie. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. Bobbie? 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 Is that a Bobbie Sue or Bobbie Joe? Bobbie, are you going to tell us the truth about why you came to YouTube? Because I think there's something very, very suspicious. I don't understand what's going on, and I want an answer right now. Well, what the fuck is the problem? Didn't you hear that man tell you he doesn't want people talking about the case? And here you come to YouTube with this version of flashing lights. And then all of a sudden, here comes this video of flashing lights. I say bullshit. Bobbie, Bobbie, Bobbie. Bobbie, Bobbie, Bobbie. What are you up to? Are you and your friends playing a dirty game over there off of Stafford Court? Because I got a feeling you motherfuckers are up to something. Ting, 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 ting. What are you up to, Bobbie? Because you have to admit, this other YouTuber, she's showing videos of flashing lights yesterday. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is this? Ding, 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 ding. And then you just so happen to go on that guy's channel sitting in your car. Put it together. Let me guess. Because I'm good at this type of shit. Did somebody put you up to coming to YouTube, ma'am? They're using you as the mouthpiece for the flashing light story. And then poof, here comes flashing lights video posted somewhere. Bingo card. So what are you all trying to tell us? You got something to say? Just say it. If you know something, say it. And then what people are going to ask is the ultimate question, Bobbie. Why are you on YouTube with this bullshit? Why didn't you go to the police? Did you go to the police with this information? You and your friends were off to see the wizard. Exactly, lady. Bobbie, let me talk to you for a second because I don't think you got no street game. Stafford Wives. Oh, I love it. I got to use that. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Bobbie, let Queen talk to you because I don't know how old you are, but I think you might be a little bit slow. And don't get offended. Because, see, in life, you have to live and learn the hard way. I don't know what you all are up to over there at Stafford Court. But you better be real careful, honey. Because what you're forgetting about is that a whole child is missing. And you have put yourself on Front Street by talking to a YouTuber who could give two fucks about something happening bad to you. He's not going to save you. Something bad happens to you, your children, and whomever else has been chitter-chattering over there in your little coffee group. And it is very, very suspicious that you would come to YouTube and then same night there's a video released of flashing lights near Stafford Court. So one would say you are behind this or you know somebody that's behind this. Break it down. You all are affiliated. So what we're trying to figure out, what is it that you're trying to tell us? Because it must be a message involved, because what would be the point? What would be the point in posting the video? You have to have a point. So if there's a child missing, it's 3 months later. What makes you think you can't end up like that person? I'll let that sit right there. So what are you trying to say? You're invincible. Nobody would do anything to you. But yet you just talked about Mr. Proudfoot confronting you in the street. And then you had the nerve to talk about, oh, I've seen him in the YouTube videos. Well, if you've watched YouTube, then you know what goes on YouTube. A bunch of buffoonery. Backstab. And this is what you would sign yourself up for? Nah. Y'all up to something. There is something going on over there off of Stafford Court. Something's going on over there. And you all keep chitter-chattering and posting videos. You might fuck around and find out. I want everybody to role play with the Queen for just a second. You live in the county where you can't even get a direct line to 911. The streets are dark at night. No visible lights, but yet you're paying over $500,000 for your house. Ting, ting, ting. And you would decide to come to YouTube to spin a story about February 26th, 25th, 3 months later. And then out of the blue, a video is released pertaining to what you just talked about on a YouTuber's channel. And you don't find that ironic. And yet you have mentioned a person who was in custodial business with the missing person. That they made you feel some type of way by stopping your vehicle in the middle of a dark street. Is anybody following the Queen? I'll let that sit right there. She was all over the place when explaining stuff, annoying to listen to, in my opinion. I do like that flashlight video, though. Katie and Mama Bauer socks. Red flags. No street lights or sidewalks. You can't be from Tennessee. County folks wouldn't put up with her for long. Well, ABC, I think you know that we do tolerate a lot of foolishness with our neighbors. Come on now. We've got a busybody everywhere. And they live to be 100 years old, still meddling in folks' business. Shut your mouth. Bobbie, are you going to tell us what the fuck is going on? Probably not her real name. I don't really care what her name is. She showed her face. Don't even matter at this point. You already know it don't matter about her name. She showed her damn face. Yeah, right, Susan. I should say so. I should say so. Bobbie, are you going to tell us what's going on? Because what's going to be fucked up if you get a little visitor? You get a little visitor and they pay you a visit. And there will be no YouTube. Oh, you can believe that. There won't be no flashlight. There won't be a house light, flashlight, strobe light, disco light. It won't be nothing. And I hope for your sake, you are armed carrier. That's all I'm going to say. Because I don't understand what the hell y'all up to over there. Sound like y'all up to something. What it is, I don't know. If it's for the good or if it's for the bad. But you're playing with fire, honey. And I don't think you realize that. And maybe you're that type you don't care. You're one of those adventurous women that like to talk and gab and repeat what Peter Paul Dick said. And you don't care if it's going to fly back in your face. See, sometimes, as I said in the last live, sometimes you think what you're doing is right. It's not beneficial. And you're not going to know until the shit pops off. The man's already talking crazy on Facebook, talking crazy to women and arguing with people in Facebook. You would think he has something better to do, like operate a fucking crane. But instead, he spends his time bickering with strangers on Facebook and YouTube. That shows you right there the spirit of the demon. And then you live over there with these people. They still live there. That's what's so amazing about this bullshit. You live over there with these fucking people. They have a whole kid missing. And you're up here talking to this motherfucking Jack in the Box. Lord have mercy. Damn. Woo. Maybe she has a boring life and thinks getting involved in this stuff is exciting. Messed up, in my opinion. Yeah, it is messed up. Because it's not funny. There's a whole kid missing. And I don't trust anybody in a storyline pertaining to a missing kid. Prove me wrong. But until then, hell no. Talking about 3 months. I'm not talking about he's been missing a week. This is bad. And everybody's sitting up here playing these damn mind games and word games and stuff. Everybody out with searching and shit. This is not a game. Child is missing. And you don't see anybody on the ground searching, such as law enforcement. What does that tell you? That maybe they know more than what you know. Maybe they don't feel the need to search. Stay woke. Well, they need protection. Indeed, they do. Hello, Flora. Where is the child? Who can hold the key to the child? Flashlights video leaked. Temper tantrum tubers. Let's also talk about the bio father saying he feels like he's a suspect. Interesting. Kind of like what the Wells said. Meant to mention that. DHS was on them. Police was in their face, I guess. They never mentioned that before. 3 years ago, the Wells. Very similar commentary, I must say, from 2 separate bio parents of missing children. Deemed a suspect. So that means nobody's been cleared in either case. Or talked down to, berated by law enforcement. Because you didn't want us to think that you were involved in the disappearance of Summer. I tell you all that. Stop listening to this motherfucking man talk. He's telling you what he wants you to know. But it's not the truth. Now he's in tote on himself. Oh, the way they talked to us, they looked at us and da-da-da-da. Yeah, because they knew that little girl ain't wandered off. If you said she never wandered off, they're just going to take your word for it. They also know you're in the middle of nowhere. Your driveway's broke up, which means you're going to hear some type of car, truck come up the driveway. You're going to make noise. You had dogs. They would bark, would they not? What are we supposed to believe? You got, deaf mute dogs? Fuck out of here. Then you got to prove once she came home. Then you got to prove she was in the basement. See, there's no verification except for what the children told. So that's what I'd like to know. What did those kids tell social workers and law enforcement? That's your key right there. That's your key to prove if the child made it home, what the child was doing. Did the child come in the house? Stay woke. We'll never know because they're never going to tell us that. Then we have this case over here where the bio dad is saying a similar thing. He has not been removed as a suspect. And of course, that would be a horrible thing for somebody to not remove you, even though you allegedly had an alibi and was at work and could be seen at work. But what I've always told people is that just because a person goes to work, they're seen on a camera for 5 hours, 8 hours, it does not mean they couldn't hire somebody to do something. Ding, 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 ding. Come on, you guys. And I'm not here to say he did that. I'm just making a point of reference. Many people have hired people to do things for them, and they didn't directly get involved, but they orchestrated the crime. What's going to happen in this case? I have no idea. Is this a criminal case? You're entitled to your opinion. But it's jacked up nonetheless. Both cases. Exactly. Hello, Island. Of course you can be involved. You can be at work, have an alibi seen on camera. That does not mean you're not involved. But as I said, I'm not implicating Mr. Rodgers. I'm just speaking logical terminology. This is a sad case. Sad. All of it sad. All these people jumping out of clown cars, bitching and moaning about letters and shit. But you had to know something bad was going to come out of this. All of us had to have known that. Somebody's going to get tired of the things you're saying up here on YouTube about them in the YouTube videos. It's just the way it is. You don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. Should this man be sending letters to these people on the wire about their content? Should he legally waste his resources to take these people to court if need be? That's where he wants to take it. Or is he just trying to shake their cages, rattle their cages to make them stop talking about his son? Will it work? Will it work? Obviously, for that one YouTuber, he don't care. But I've always thought that of him anyway. When he was down in Florida, stalking the sister of Brian Laundrie, cussing and fussing and raising hell. That's not what you do. And then you all have been in the chat talking about him chasing in behind that Micah Miller's family, where she's buried and all that on top of nonsense. I'm not down with none of that shit. You're supposed to have respect for the dead. Because what I have to tell myself, if you don't have respect for the dead, you don't have respect for the living. And I've seen that already with my own eyes before I even knew who he was. He doesn't have respect for people. He doesn't have respect for boundaries. The content on his channel is more important. And what you have to tell yourself, if you have that type of attitude, you should know you're going to get that shit back, and you're going to get it 7 times 4. It's in the Bible. You're going to get that back. And that's what he needs to understand about chasing ambulances, because that's basically what he does for his videos. You're an ambulance chaser. Some of you like him. I don't care. He's not my cup of tea. Because I know there's going to be a bad day coming. And it's going to be like the little boy that cried wolf. He's going to be out there hollering and screaming for life, and nobody's going to come, because what the person's going to say is, you want to be famous? I'm going to make you famous. You like making lives. You like chasing people around. You like banging on doors and hooping and hollering and using bullhorns and shit. Well, I'm going to make you famous. And that's what these YouTubers don't understand about running around, hollering and screaming, banging on doors, jumping in people's inboxes. You're going to get that back eventually. You're going to get that back. It's just the way it is. No way I'm getting ready to be doing all that to make no motherfucking live video, upload no video. You have to know your place. Because you don't ever know the day you go out trying to make a video near a crime scene or go to somebody's house and stand at the curb. You don't know what can jump off. You just assuming what? You're important, you're special, you're entitled. You're not entitled. You're not entitled. I counted on my hands today. I said, how many places have you been where there was a crime that took place and you made for a video? 4. I've made 4 videos that I can recollect. Tashina Kyle. I went to her apartment complex. I walked around the property in that video, talked to a neighbor. Just so happened they used to live in the same building the night the shit went down, that she was murdered. And that was just a fluke I found then. Then I went over to the house. I think I went to the house first, where she was discarded. And that was creepy as fuck. I couldn't even do the live because I was so damn shaky. Because I just didn't care for the neighbors who lived next door to the abandoned house. They were arguing and fussing and they were drinking and it was just a bad vibe. And then they had that fucking pit bull running around the yard without a leash on. I was like, man, fuck this. I'm going to sit here and get ate up by a fucking pit bull to make a fucking live. That's my point. Sometimes it's best to say, yeah, I'll pass. That's okay. But I wanted to get out and give people an area view. Really? Should have just sat in the car, filmed from the car, showing you the house, and kept it moving. Because I didn't know those people that live next door. For all I know, they could have been related to the suspect. My ass fuck around and go missing. Fucking around with YouTube. That's the point I'm trying to make. You can put yourself in a situation that you can't get out of. Because let me tell you something. I was back there on a dead end. Nobody would have known I was back there if something had happened to me. Nobody. They could have easily came up, knocked me out, grabbed my personal effects, took my car, put it behind their house, covered it up. Who would have known? Nobody. You got to use your head. And it was creepy back there. Just looking at it, I said to myself, this motherfucker brought this girl back here and put her under this house. And these neighbors are sitting here. They didn't notice him pulling up, bagging in, whatever, dragging a toolbox out, putting it under the house. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Where were they when he was doing this in the wee hours? Because these were some drunks living next door. No way they didn't see him pulling up. Because he rented a truck. You know a fucking big-ass truck makes noise. Whatever time he got there to dispose of her body, you don't have a guarantee these people weren't going to be sitting out on their porch drinking or talking. Because they strike me as those kind of people that sit out all day and night drinking. So that was the first thing I thought about. When I got there to the house, I said to myself, Self, where were these people at when he was toting this body under this house? Don't you find that interesting? Every time a person goes missing, they're discarded. Nobody sees anything. Nobody sees anything. And here you have people living next door to an abandoned house and nothing. While the story was brewing on the news, did these motherfuckers call to say, oh yeah, I think you need to come check this house out. I know that he used to date her or dated her. Maybe you need to come over here and look. His truck was bagged in and something was going on. He was carrying something out. I'm just saying. Everybody knows everybody here. Strange. Or did they see something and just didn't say nothing? Did they not smell anything? Because you have to mask the body in plastic to keep it from stenching. Hello? Anybody listening? You want me to believe her body sat out there for months and they didn't smell a dead body? Or what they thought it was a raccoon or possum did? Okay. Okay. He's irritating, but I was watching him for certain things during the day when certain people weren't on. Now I'm done. Okay. I did go help search for Carly Russell a few times, but I never filmed a minute of it. That was crazy ending. Yes, it was. Yes, some people will hunt you down. No Bobbies in that neighborhood. Yeah, none, Vivian. Bear says they knew. Vu says, how could I not know? That's what I'm saying. The house is right next door You know, it's a little bit of footage between the houses, but the point is, death is death. And bodies smell. So think about it. If a rat smells, a possum smells, what do you think a body would smell like? A whole body. Just saying. The 6 that received CDs were not searchers, but creators calling Sebastian and, okay, that is not right to do. A father and missing child. He has zero couth. Some of his shenanigans makes me think of what my granny would have said about him. He had the whole gall to do. Susan Q says it would be obvious. Yes, it would. Of course it would be. Exactly. Ask for grace for one, but not the other. Interesting. That's basically what's happening up here. Your foot's caught in the trap, and now you're complaining to the police. I thought that was weird. These 2 YouTubers calling the police. Strange to me. I thought, why are you calling the police? Nobody called the police on you when you're making your content. Your freedom of speech. Your right to say what you want on a public platform. Nobody called the police on you. Nobody sent the police to your house. But yet, you are stunned that he sent you these letters. And then you call the police on him. That's just odd. That's some shit I ain't never heard. I've heard of some crazy stuff. That's crazy to me. Why call the police? Just own it. Yeah, I said it, and you know you said what you said on your channel, so I mean, I just ain't never heard no shit like this before. Calling the police on the father. I ain't never heard nothing like that before. It's a weird ass YouTubers. I grew up in the country and have experienced the smell of rotting animal carcasses. I cannot imagine how breathtaking a human body would smell. No way in the hell to miss that. That's what I'm saying. You can ride by the smallest of an animal in the road or by your house, wherever you live. You know it's death. You know it's dead, whatever it is. So now imagine a human is decaying in a toolbox under a house and you live right next door. And you want me to believe those people living in that house didn't smell something coming from underneath that house or near the house. You had to have known. Because guess what? What do you do when you smell something? You walk towards the odor. So don't you think they walk? Let's role play. Walking, 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 walking. Bingo! Son of a bitch. That smell's coming from under that house. What do you think it is? I don't know, but it don't smell like no possum. And you don't think to say, we better call somebody. Then somebody else might say, call who? The house is abandoned. It's just a dead animal. Yes, decomp. I believe it. That's what I'm saying. They had to have known this wasn't no possum, no rat. And you living right there. So that means she laid up under there since early part of summer. What was that, June, July? She wasn't found until September, October. So she was decaying up under there in the summer hot months. Now, I assume he wrapped her up in a lot of plastic bags, you know, before putting her in that toolbox. But still, he rented a truck. He drove the truck over there to that house. He either pulled in or backed in. He would have made noise. And don't you think the people living next door would have noticed him pulling in and wondering what the fuck is he doing? So it won't even matter what time of day. We don't really have proof if somebody saw him pull up or not. And he was stupid to go back there and do it. I don't care what time of night he did it. I wouldn't risk it. I won't doubt that somebody was up, saw him pulling in, bagging in, saw him unload that damn roller, what do you call it? Roller box, toolbox, and knew something was suspicious, that he was over at that house, Nobody living there. No power on, no nothing. Grass, trees up high. I'm telling you, the grass and trees were so high, the grass, you couldn't even see a driveway. The driveway, if there was ever one, it disappeared into the land. That's my right hand to God. You couldn't even tell which way to get into the house. That's how much foliage was up. And it was just scary as hell being out there. I could not wait to get in my fucking car. That's why I made sure to turn my car facing the way I came in. So my car was facing out like I'm going out. I didn't leave my car parked inward to get trapped up in there. And it took me forever to get out of the car because that fucking pit bull running around. And then they were out there talking loud, the neighbors. And I was like, oh my God, it's a bad idea. But God blessed me to make it through. They asked me who I was. They asked me what side of the family I was on. And I told them I'm not on either side. I'm a YouTuber just filming the house. That's it. I made that conversation short and sweet. Filmed the house, got my ass back in my car, and then I went over to the apartment complex where she used to live. Feel free to check out that video in the YouTube queue. Very scary. Very, very scary. Something as small as a dead bird smell will knock you backwards. Yes, their smellers had to be broken to miss the putrid stench of an entire human kind of sus. I know it is. And they living right next door. But, you know, they may have thought, well, something crawled up under the house or something's outside. But I refuse to believe they didn't walk over there to smell it, because that's the natural thing to do when you go outside and you smell something bad. You kind of walk towards the odor. So there's no way, as they started walking across the lawn, the smell had to have gotten stronger, stronger, stronger until you walk right up to the house and say, oh, hell, there's something dead over here in this house or underneath the house. Because there's no way you wouldn't have put two and two together that the smell wasn't coming from the house. It's going to smell right there because that's where she was. She was under the house. It's crazy. Tashina Kyle is the case. I'm terrified just listening to this. Thank God for his hedge of protection around you. I've got chills. Well, I had chills. You know, my heart was beating fast out there. Like I told you, I didn't feel comfortable because of the way the property was set up. It was basically like something out of a horror house. All this brush was up because nobody's been to this house living. So the earth had grown. All of the earth had grown up. You couldn't even see a driveway. It was as if the house never even had a driveway, whether paved or gravel. You didn't see any of that. And then you got these lunatics living next door, and they're drunker than Cooter Brown, talking crazy. I didn't know anything about them. Didn't know if they were related to the suspect or a suspect. You know, I didn't know what to think. Shit was scary. Very scary. And then the house caddy corner was dilapidated, and it had all this shit on the property. Broke down looking house trailer. Oh, if you could see it, you'd be like, Queen, what was you thinking? What were you doing back there? Trying to give you all something to look at. Show you where she was discarded. And my stomach was sinking when I was driving down the road. Because when I turned off the road, I got that sinking feeling. And my spirit was saying, Queen, need to turn this car around. Because this ain't looking good. Because I was looking at the houses. And it's not to judge anybody, but the houses were horrible looking. Literally. The houses were horrible looking. Trailers, they looked broke down. You know, some actually had people living in them. And I was just like, oh, Lord, get this over with, please, Jesus. So when I pulled up near the end of the road, I knew I had made it to where I was supposed to be. And I had told myself, get out this car, make this video, and get your ass back in. Yeah, the houses were horrible. It was a mix of trailers and regular looking houses. There probably wasn't even maybe 2 decent houses on the whole damn street. I wouldn't want to live on that street. No, you couldn't. I wouldn't have bought nothing back there. I'm gonna tell you the truth. The whole street needs to be demolished. All of it, bulldozed. Start over. Just start over. Just start over. Was exclusive neighbor interview? Yeah. It's a two part. It's two videos. One where I go to the scene of the crime, and the other one is where I go to her apartment. You'll see a picture of an apartment as the thumbnail. Can't even think of the name of the damn apartment now. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, that was creepy too. Going to the apartment, looking around, and then I meet this couple, and I talk to them like, "Hey, do you know anything about this crime? Did you hear anything about her?" And then next thing you know, they say, "Oh yeah, we used to live in that building. We used to live upstairs. We were home that night when the glass was breaking." I said, "What? You were home?" I was just sitting here, couldn't believe it. I'm like, what are the odds? Queen pulls up, and the first door she knocks on, they were eyewitnesses to the noise. You can't make this shit up. I was stunned. I was like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. This is right after I left the crime scene. I pull up, park my car. I step down because I saw a lady sitting on her porch. And I think I asked one lady, do you know about, the crime over there? And I think she might have pointed me to their door. So then they came out. It kind of, I can barely remember, but I got the right people. They used to live in that same damn building. I couldn't believe it. As soon as they said, oh, we used to live there. And I was like, what? I said, you used to live there? I said, do you mind I talk to you for a little while? I'm going to film you for a video. And they said, sure, we don't mind. So when you watch the video, you'll just see their feet and their legs. You won't see their faces. It just stunned me that they lived there and nobody called 911 when they heard all the noise. Nobody called. She could possibly be alive today had somebody called the police when they heard the disturbance in the apartment. Because my understanding is that they tore that apartment up, fighting, whatever the hell he was doing in there. Then I walked around the building, looked at the back window where her apartment was, would have been, I guess, her bedroom. And it was just creepy, thinking this human being lived in this apartment and now they're gone. Killed, wrapped up, brought out in a rental truck, in a toolbox, carried up to this street where his great-grandmother used to live or whoever, grandmother's house, and dumped like trash underneath the house. And the people next door, I don't know. I don't know if they ever called or didn't call. I don't know. They never said anything, so I'm assuming they didn't. About the smell. They had to smell something. Oh, Lord of mercy. People keep to themselves. Yeah? That's why we have true crime. We have true crime because we have sick people, crazy people. But the flip side is that there are people who see signs that something isn't right and they don't get involved. They hear people cussing, fussing, arguing, and they won't call 911. As I said, had somebody in the building called 911, he could have at least been caught in the act of unaliving her, or, you understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been months, everybody wondering where she was. Of course, I'm sure the family had an idea that he was behind it because they've had, troubles in their relationship. But he didn't have to kill that girl. And then I looked at him in the pictures in court. He became a little short Teletubby because his ass was eating good out there at the penal farm. And I was just looking at him in court like, look at this stinking mutt. Look at you. You've thrown your whole life away killing this girl. For what? Sick. Well, he won't be hurting anybody else because he's never getting out. Grace of God. Grace of God. What's going to become of this case? Will there be an answer? If it's criminal, will there be an arrest? What evidence does law officials have? This Bobbie Jumpn bean, will she be on other panels talking? Will she get a YouTube channel? What's the truth to the flashing lights? Was it one or more person with a flashlight? Does it have something to do with this case? Who leaked this video of the flashing lights? These YouTubers crying and moaning and complaining. What's going to become of these letters sent to them by the father? Will they stop talking about the child and the parents on YouTube? And what is going to become of the Summer Wells case? Will we get an update from TBI, Sheriff's Department? Will we look up Saturday and she's still missing? Is her investigation criminal? What's the truth to the disappearance of Summer Wells? Well, we'll see, Doctor. And Candus, when are you all going to just tell us the truth of what happened to you, baby girl? Why did you leave that interview this week or the other day? You pulled this stunt with Dr. Phil. Now you've done it again, which shows to me you're hiding something because it doesn't make any sense. You do an interview once a year or every other year and you can't even talk to the news for a few minutes. It's only a few minute clip. You could have sat through the interview and didn't say shit. But you knew people are going to look at you and critique you, and that's why you got up. But you can best believe you'll jump right on a live stream and go live and talk about absolutely nothing with no teeth in your mouth, no bra, drinking drinks, smoking cigarettes, and vaping. You all never cared for your children. You didn't care for the children that you had in your other relationships. And here you two meet, 6 degrees of separation to form 4 babies, and you don't have neither child. That speaks for itself. You all are worthless, just useless sacks of shit. And you sit here and you play these fucking mind games with YouTubers and other people. You've been betrayed by all these YouTubers, all these people getting your inboxes, trying to be your friend. For what? Where's Robin? Don't hear anything about her. Robin, do you still talk to Candus? Still deal with her? See, you all found you another church. And they're sitting here slobbering all on top of you, trying to be good Christians. Oh, well. I'm sure there's some people in church don't really care for you, because I'm sure some of them are thinking you did something to that kid. They don't have to ever tell you that. But what do we say? Come as you are. Wow. Terrible. I'm not going to hold you all. That's my content. 2-part live pertaining to the Wells. They have come out to speak pertaining to the 3-year anniversary of their girl child. All they've done is blame everybody in the video, CPS, basically alluding to the fact that CPS took their girl Summer when we already know they didn't take their child. They did not take Summer Wells. They had no reason to kidnap their child. DHS is not in the kidnapping business. Do they have faults? Yes. But nobody took her from the Department of Human Services. And I don't know if I believe anything about a DHS report or open or closed, because you're dealing with pathological liars. So you don't even know what to believe. It's just something for him to spin to make people talk. Nobody in their right mind is going to believe a DHS worker kidnapped her to close a case against them. Doesn't even make any sense. And they ought to be ashamed of themselves to even say that on a live broadcast. Disrespectful. Yes, a ridiculous interview. Thank you, Pinto. Just saying may have done so I don't get a sternly worded letter. Right. I got you. I hear what you're saying. Hey, D. Marie. Yeah. Allegedly. You do have to say allegedly. As a creator, allegedly. Even if you say I think, hell, they'll still try to swipe you for that. What you're talking about, you know. How many more letters are there to go out? Have they sent all the letters out? The father, Mr. Mathis? And another thing I'm curious about. With all this nonsense playing out on TikTok with Mr. Mathis, are the Harrises still dealing with him? That's something I've questioned. Are the Harrises still dealing with Mr. Mathis? Because they may not indulge in social media, but I'm sure somebody has gone back and talked to them and told them about Mr. Mathis's TikTok dilemmas, and they might feel some type of way. My understanding is that they are Christian people. They possibly do not indulge in that type of conversation, at least publicly. So I don't think they would want that type of person representing them and their child. So do they still talk and have a relationship, the Harrises and Mr. Tony Mathis? I am curious. Have they? Yes, cut ties. I'm curious. Because I got a feeling somebody's gone back and told them about these nasty comments he has made in the past live streams pertaining to these YouTubers. And I think the parents would be quite disgusted in his behavior. And maybe some of you were right about him. He's finally shown his true colors. I didn't judge him at first when he came on because I like to watch people first before, you know what I'm saying, coming to a conclusion about who they are and their motives for why they're involved in a case. But as you can see, the people who have come to this case pertaining to this child, they have just made a mockery themselves while judging other people, while being judged themselves. They have finally proven they don't need to be talking about the child. They don't need to be helping. But in the end, that is on the parents to make that decision. It is not my choice or your choice to pick and choose who should be helping this family with their missing child. It is up to the bio father. He seems to be the only one speaking publicly about the child. So it's up to him to decide who he wants to search, be involved, be a PR person, PI, lawyer. It's all him. It's his choice. Does he have any regrets? Some would say, well, no, because he keeps putting his foot in his mouth, talking about this kid and all this nonsense. I saw some stuff in the chat that was very disturbing pertaining to the boy child that came out of the father's mouth, allegedly. I haven't heard it, but it has something to do with the bathroom and different things. I'm tired of hearing that. This should be given a rest. Good night, honey. I don't want to hear any more about bathrooms and diapers and such. It's a broken record at this point. You all have put the child on blast. If he was to walk out right now, he would be shamed to know he's related to these people because they have talked so terribly about him. He would have no privacy as a young person because everybody from Hendersonville to Nashville now knows he wore diapers. It's just ridiculous. And it's just so blasphemous, you know? It's horrible. He would be literally embarrassed. There's no way he could even go back to school because people would know his business if they didn't already. See, I don't know what they knew about him in school. I don't know. You don't allow opinions of others to influence your feelings about people. No, I think for myself. I'm not a follower. I never have been. You know, I've had some instances of things in life I've done. But basically, I think for myself, you know, like I said, there's a few, I'll take it back. There's a few instances where, you know, I've done some things, but I'm just saying, you know, this right here is not your typical situation. We're talking about a whole child. So therefore, nobody would influence me about my own child. I would be leery of people getting involved and helping me. I would. But I also know that desperate people do desperate things. Perhaps this man was desperate in the beginning in his quest to get to answers about his child, if indeed he's not involved. So he allowed anybody to come in his circle. But what he did not know is that the devil is real and the devil is busy. And the devil likes to use people. So therefore, this is a horrendous situation. The devil was still at work in bringing in the wrong people to help him get justice or find his child, and he did not heed the warning. Because there are always signs that people aren't right somewhere. It's just a matter of, do we listen? Do we pay attention? Or we ignore the signs? Now, could it be he was in the company of some damn good liars, actors? Possibly. Possibly. But if it's true, he didn't see the signs, then he was hoodwinked and bamboozled and left out to dry at his expense. Yes, the devil comes with a smile. Exactly. As the movies say, the devil wore a blue dress. I say yes. The devil wore a dress. And that's how many people have gotten themselves hung up fooling with the opposite sex. Many men have done it. Many women have done it. He went through too, and to end up doing that too is heartbreaking. Well, it is what it is. It's a horrible situation. But as I said, as I told people in the chat that keep commenting, you don't have any control over him. This is up to him to decide how he wants to navigate pertaining to his child. I don't see the other people doing anything. You know, some people are judging the fact that he was out front. He's showing out. I don't think he was showing out in the beginning. He was looking for his child. We didn't know him. We still don't know him. We just know he's doing the same things we may not agree with. His behavior is, not up to par. Allegations of him being inappropriate in conversation. You're entitled to believe that or not believe it. But as I said, you would think at some point a person would say to himself, herself, I'm not going about this the right way. I'm getting bad karma, juju from these people I've allowed in my circle to help me find my son. And I need to straighten up. I need to clear house. And that's something that he still hasn't done. He's got a few people out his circle. You entitled to believe if they were beneficial or not. But it's just gone downhill because it's one person after the other. And yes, it's a bad look. That's why I asked the question if he and Mr. Proudfoot are similar in character. They have similar qualities. The lashing out, the popping off, all this nonsense, as I said, with the phone audio, all that I did not like at all. And it seemed orchestrated for whatever reason. That's why I was thinking then, how's this going to benefit your child? This up and down, back and forth with the Proudfoots. This isn't working. Now we're back to the same bullshit. He don't want you saying anything about them. He don't want to rattle the cage with them. So this is why a lot of you have been commenting. You think he knows more or he's involved as far as a cover-up or not a cover-up. I don't know, because you all are all over the place too with your comments. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I know it ain't good. And this shit with Bobbie, it ain't good. Whoever leaked the flashlight video, that ain't good. Because I'm trying to figure out, is it beneficial? And we're not going to know because the person isn't talking to tell us who he or she is and why they leaked the video. Are you leaking it to try to tell us these Proudfoots are involved? You saw something? You heard something? So you're trying to give us a piece of the puzzle? Just speak. Be done with it. Diaper issue is just like family channels who exploit their kids for money. Kids will be embarrassed when they're old enough to realize the private times their parents share with their consent. Yes, I think any of us in the chat will be embarrassed. If you looked up and you heard your parents were talking ill of you, you were ear hustling, heard them on the phone talking nasty about you, your behavior, your demeanor, how you looked. They went out to the public talking about you. You got to think about this. A lot of people didn't have great parents. So imagine being back in the day when you were a child and you had a horrible parent. Just imagine them having social media then. And everybody on Facebook knows you were a diaper. You're a problem. You wouldn't even want to get out of bed. You wouldn't want to go to school. You would be embarrassed. Because first thing you're going to think is, who all has seen this Facebook post about me, what my parents have said about me? Come on now. We're not going to play games. You will be humiliated. And just like right now, some of you will be humiliated. If somebody was out here to tell your personal dealings of your relationships and courtships and things that you're going through at home that nobody knows about, you got some type of personal issues, bathroom issues. Do you want that on Front Street? Do you want it on YouTube, Facebook video, of Facebook post or live? No, you would not. You would be devastated. If you're in a relationship with somebody right now and they started posting nasty things about you, whether it was true or not, they talked about your hygiene, your hair, your skin, your feelings will be hurt. You'd be ready to go out here and catch a damn charge, and you end up in jail just like these other people that end up on Dateline and Oxygen. This is why I keep trying to tell people, everybody can end up a YouTube video. All you need are the right circumstances. Because it's easy for us to judge and say what we would not do. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. We do it. I say it all the time. And I found myself doing shit I said I would not do. But you let the wrong person come along and hurt your feelings, break your heart, put you on blast, you don't know what you will do. Because it is easy to say, oh, I would never do that. Because I say it all the time with these true crime stories. Walk away, don't go to jail, don't catch a charge. But I'd hate to find myself in that situation. You know, just like I'm sitting here talking about Miss Dashina Kyle, I would pray I'd never get to the point to where I get all wrapped up into another human being that I lose my mind and I want to take his life because he don't want me, or we're not getting along, or I'm jealous, or I think he's messing around with a woman. I pray I don't end up taking a man's life. And it's not that I haven't been in a situation where things weren't working out with me and a guy, but I have to tell myself, if you do something, you know there's no going back. And you will forfeit everything you got on your freedom for what? That's what you have to tell yourself. Is it worth it? Gets mad at what people say about him. What about what he said about his son? Well, Shelley, he obviously don't think it's wrong what he said. That's the whole point. And that's the issue at hand with everybody involved, the parents and YouTubers and the chat. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has voiced his or her opinion. It's just a matter of, will there be repercussions from what we've said? That's it. I don't understand why that's relevant to the case. What do bathroom habits have to do with a missing child? It's humiliation. Well, that's what I'm saying. You have to take that up with them. They're the ones that feel like it needs to be told. Penny, what? AB better watch his back. Queen me. Oh, Penny. I was like, what? Oh, honey, we wouldn't hurt our husband. Queen, you are married women now. AB's a good man. Hell, AB the one to be popping off. Have you all listened to his live streams lately? I told people to chat, y'all can't never talk about Queen. The way AB be going off, shit, damn. Girl, child, he be cussing and fussing. I said to myself, Lord, please don't tell me they end up sending him a letter, because he sure be going off. Lord have mercy. I thought it was possible that may have said something of those things to maybe get Katie to tell them the truth. Maybe it would trigger something in her, but now I'm not so sure. Oh, well, she doesn't talk, Still Waters. That's the whole problem. You can't get somebody to trip up that don't even talk. That's the thing. Petey said he can be brutal. I love Petey. Petey said he can be brutal. You sound like this lady. One of my property managers. We were good friends years ago. And I had to ask her something about myself. I said, I can't remember how I worded it, but I had said something to her. I said something about me being opinionated or something. And she sounded like Penny. She said, yes, you can. I said, well, I just tell the truth. I said, shit, you living around people that's always into stuff and doing stuff. You can't help but have an opinion. You'd have to be from Mars, not to be, you know what I'm saying, a witness and have an opinion of foolishness. Some people may never say anything. They may be inside just loathing, like, I hate these people. I hate being in this environment. But I was the type, I would give my opinion like, damn, what is wrong with these people? Why do these people act like this? And at some point, it can wear you down. I don't care where it is, where you live, your neighborhood, your family, your friends, your work. You get to a point where you will start saying it out loud. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Why are you all acting like a bunch of buffoons? Because I'm going to tell you something. The people who don't say anything, that's the one you should be worried about. Not the one with the opinion. That's not sometimes the person you should be concerned. Your concern should be for the person that sits in the corner in the middle of chaos and they're not saying nothing. They're not complaining. They're not crying. They're just holding all that stuff in. That's the person you need to be wearing a bulletproof vest around. I'm just keeping it real. Why was it abuse? If he's using the bathroom on himself, what you can't let a child walk around using the bathroom on themselves. Crime time. Oh, thank you, Penny. Yeah, silent ones are part of the problem. Exactly, because you got the two type of silent ones. You got the silent people who subject themselves to abuse, never speak up, never tell on themselves. Those are the ones that usually pop off. Then you got the other silent ones. They see shit going on, chaotic, woo, 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 but they never want to get involved. But they'll spread the information around. So you got your two silent types. The silent person that watches everything go down, but they don't want to get involved, don't want to tell nothing, and then they want to talk about it later. Then you got the silent person that's probably a nice person, but they're sitting here letting people dupe on them, throw daggers at them, and then one day they pop off, and then they become a Dateline story. That's why you have all these stories of people popping off, doing crazy stuff, because they just lash out eventually. I agree, but I'm an opinionated gal too. Oh, okay. Some autistic people need reminders. Some forget to eat. Oh, well, see, crime, we don't really know what was going on in the house. See, that's the whole point. These people have decided to just give you a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You don't really know what was going on. All we know is he had a big appetite. They did tell us he liked to eat. So I don't think he was forgetting the meals, if we're to believe he liked to eat. And I don't think that's one thing they lied about. That's probably the only thing they probably told the truth, that the boy had an appetite. But as far as the bathroom situation, see, we don't really know what was making him use the restroom on himself. I don't know. I don't know if it's a form of abuse, if he was being abused mentally, physically, or the other. I don't know. We don't have any evidence to support why he would be using the restroom, how long he had been using the restroom. See, that's another thing. While they're up here doing all this slick ass talking about him, why didn't you tell people how long the boy had been wearing the diaper? I mean, you've already put him on blast. So just say, hey, well, he had a bathroom issue. He's been wearing a diaper for 6 months, a year, 2 years. Because God knows that they told us he was wearing that diaper for 6 months. That's 6 months too long. People are going to start to wonder, well, what will make a child who's been using the bathroom start wearing a diaper? So see, you got to go. Somebody should have asked. When it first came up, the dodo bird, whose channel it was, should have said, well, when did he start wearing the diapers? That way you have known if he'd been wearing them since 8, 6, 12, 13, what, 10? I would be curious. Oh, he's been wearing a diaper? Well, how long has he been wearing a diaper? Then I would say, well, why is he wearing a diaper? Does he not know how to use the restroom? See, you're supposed to ask some kind of questions. You don't let that just sit there. But when you got a thirsty-ass YouTuber that don't give a fuck and all they wanted to like and views, they don't even think to fucking ask. Most people be saying, damn, won't you ask him? How long was he wearing them? That way people can get a better understanding of what was going on with the child. No. No. We can't ask. We're just going to let that sit there. Fear. Fear of what? Elevated stress, anxiety. What was causing him to use the restroom? How long was he wearing the restroom? How long was he wearing the diaper? We'll probably never know. The Dateline story would definitely be me, because I'm so nice that I do snap when needed. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure all of us can snap, sweetheart. Has it been said if the pull-ups were worn at school? Well, he said they were making fun of him about the pull-ups. So obviously he was, if you believe Mr. Proudfoot. That's the point. Do you want to believe that? Because you don't really know what's the truth. For all we know, he could have been just trying to poke fun at the kid, make it seem more than what it was. So you don't know. You need somebody to corroborate that the child was teased at school. Why the children would be teasing him. Did they tease him because he did wear a diaper to school? See, we don't know. Don't know. But once again, that would be also terrible to know the child was wearing a diaper to school and children realized he was wearing it and they started teasing him for wearing it. That would be terrible because then he wouldn't want to go to school either. Who wants to go to school being teased, period? I don't care what they're making fun of you about. You don't want nobody making fun of you at the schoolhouse, especially wearing a diaper or calling you names. It's terrible. So what I also want to know, and it's something I have never mentioned on this network pertaining to this case, did he have a good friend at the school? We hear that he wasn't seen outside, playing outside, no toys outside, didn't mingle with the other children in the neighborhood. I'm assuming he only mingled with the Proudfoot's relatives. So did the boy child have a good friend at the school, boy or girl? Did he like girls? Nobody's ever talked about that. Did the child like girls? Did he have a girlfriend, a good friend? Did he have anybody's telephone number? Did he sneak and call anybody? What's the truth about his social media aptitude? Did he ever look at social media on his phone at the Proudfoots? Did they ever catch him with a social media app, talking, texting to somebody, deleted their name, number? What's the truth? Did they check his phone periodically through their telephone bill, blah, blah, blah? See, lots of questions none of you ask. Well, that's a good point. Island says it could be the medicine. Very true. 8 hours a day at school is a long time. Yeah. A long time for what, Cornbread? What's a long time, sweetie? Oh, Lord, P.I. Appears he spent a lot of time alone. Okay, no, Queen, he didn't have any friends at all. They said there were 2 boys he would talk to at school, and that's it. Yeah, I remember he had, I remember them saying something about the boys at school, but what I'm saying is, you know, who is the person? Where are they? What do they have to say about the child's demeanor and his aptitude and how he behaved at school? See, all those things are relevant. Who's the good friend? Friends? What do they have to say about his demeanor, his attitude? Did he have a crush on anybody at school? Any girls? What was his behavior like at school? How many times was he reprimanded in school for not doing what he was told to do? What was his therapy plan? Last time he went to the doctor? Any type of physical ailments, medical ailments? What were the meds he were on? Exactly. Did any of them make him go to the restroom, move his bowels? Don't know. See, you don't know anything. And you can't expect these people to tell you. So you're just sitting here hypothesizing about this and that. But there are a lot of questions, such as what I've just asked, that are relevant. But these are not the type of people that are going to give you those answers. This is why people keep coming up with a theory here and a theory there. You know, some of the theories are outlandish as fuck, but you have some people who really don't know how to think, navigate. So they just say anything. And, you know, a lot of the things that people say in their theories, it's not to be rude, but some of the things you all say is disrespectful. Even the theories are disrespectful. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for any child who doesn't have any friends, don't have a good family support, don't feel loved, don't feel wanted, needed. Don't have a lot of friends, don't go anywhere, don't do anything. Nobody's visiting, nobody's asking them to go anywhere. Nobody's calling, nobody's texting. Can you imagine? That's a terrible life if you're grown. Nobody calls to check on you. How you doing? You need anything? You want to get out? You want to go out to eat? You want to go to the movies? Hey, we're going to Florida. You want to come along? You only need this amount of money. We'll foot the rest of the bill. Just nothing. People don't even think. What do I always tell you all? Check on a person. Call them. Ask them if they need anything. Let me tell you all something. I'm going to check out of here. When I told you all I was going to go live at Walmart, and I told you why I couldn't because nobody knew of the story, when I was coming out, pushing the buggy, I noticed a car packed with a lot of stuff in it. I mean, it was packed. You couldn't see the windows. You couldn't see through the windows. And as I got close to the car, I was pushing the buggy with all my stuff. This guy was dumping some stuff in another buggy or trash, something he was doing. So I realized he was homeless. I saw another person's leg in the passenger seat of the car. So what I did was, because my feet was hurting from those old Croc shoes I was wearing those type of Crocs that are made like those Vans, slip-on, like a slip-on van, but it was made in a Croc style. I took those shoes off because I was changing out the little slip-on shoes I had bought. And I asked the guy, what size he wore. And I said, well, I don't know if you can wear these shoes I have on, but you're welcome to have them. He said, oh, sure, I'll take them. You see, you don't ever know what shape you're going to be in, because I could easily be that guy sleeping in my car. I think we all have been down a road where we needed a place to live, couldn't find a place in time. And next thing you know, the person is sleeping in their car. And he took those shoes I gave him, and he probably was very happy to get those shoes I had. And that's a terrible feeling to know I just came out of a store where I had a lot of shopping bags of new stuff. I knew that I would be returning home to my place with light, water, soap. I'm not hurting for anything. I have everything I need. And then this person is sleeping in their car in the Walmart parking lot. Lord have mercy. That's a lot to digest. And I did feel bad. But I know what that feeling can be. To be close to, needing a place to stay, to where you may have to sleep in your car. Because you don't know today, you may have to sleep in your car. Or you might be out sleeping on the street. You don't have a car. Something bad happens, you can't, a lot of things can happen for you to become homeless. And I thought to myself, damn, they're sleeping in this small car with all this stuff stuffed in the car. I mean, that car was stuffed. You could not see nothing from the back windows to the side. Damn. That's deep. Yeah, it is sad. Thank you, Danielle. Yeah, that's my point. That life can change in an instant. Exactly. Oh my God. Just terrible. So I was sitting there thinking to myself, I wonder how long they've been sleeping in that car at Walmart. How long have they been sleeping in that car at Walmart? I remember I met another lady recently in another jurisdiction. She was sleeping in her car at Walmart too. And I know when I called her a few weeks ago, her number was disconnected. So I was curious to what happened to her. What happened to her? Little older lady I met, little older white lady. I told her, give me your phone number. I'll check in on you, make sure you're okay. If you ever need anything, call me. And now I called her, 2 weeks now? And the number's disconnected. So I don't know if something bad has happened to her. I know she told me she was over here in in Knoxville in a shelter across town, waiting on her apartment to get ready. So I was calling her back to see if the apartment was ready, because it was, near the first of the month. I said, well, let me call her and see if she's moved in. And the last time I talked to her before that, she said she had to find her birth certificate because she didn't have it. And I thought, man, you should have packed that. You should have packed that with you, because you're going to have to need it, to rent an apartment. So she was supposed to be getting an apartment the 1st of May. And then after May came, I guess I called, and then, she didn't have a birth certificate. So I waited a couple weeks, and I called a few weeks ago, and now the phone's disconnected. So I thought, this ain't good, because she needs a phone. She has to have a phone. She has a daughter. She's got grandkids. I know she wouldn't disconnect her phone. So then I started thinking, God, I hope nothing bad's happened to her. But I haven't heard anything on the news of anybody, you know what I'm saying, being found unalive or anything. But for all I know, she could have, maybe she passed away with natural causes or just changed her number. Could have changed her number. I don't know. Could just be it. She changed her number. We have to count our blessings. Life can seem so terrible, but there are others in much worse conditions. Be thankful. Yes, that's true. Because we all go through that days we get upset, frustrated in life. Why me? Why am I going through this? I want more, need more. I get it. Can you imagine how wonderful the world would be if everyone had such compassion for others? Yeah, exactly. But see, that's what I always think about. You know, you can always be in a bad way. I've been in a bad way. Trust me. So I know. So I can empathize with everything. I've been without everything, you know, rather, you know, be I threw the stuff away or I was moving in transition. But there's nothing wrong with, you know, being nice to people. But I also know there's a flip side to that too. You can be too nice or just offer somebody something. Then next thing you know, you got a problem on your hands. Now you got somebody knocking at the door, they're begging, they needing this, they needing that, they need money, need a ride. Then you're thinking, oh my God, I opened Pandora's box. So even sometimes being nice, you can get caught up. You can get used, an attempt to be used. Well, I'm going to check out. I'm 2 hours in, 2:05. You all have a wonderful evening. Please check out my community page for updates. Take the polls. I also have some shared videos on there, breaking news. I share different videos that I don't talk about on the network because naturally I cannot cover all these stories. But I do share things that are of interest to me and I think will be of interest to you all. Feel free to comment below the post. And the movies for the week, it's Tenet. It's an action movie that's playing free on Tubi. And then The House of Versace. Thought that might be interesting. You can watch it either on Lifetime or free in the YouTube queue. And it's also playing on Tubi as well if you want to watch it. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Pinto, for modding. Thank you, Ellie. Oh, I didn't get the knife block, H. I didn't even go look over there at the knife block. But I did get the sundresses. I bought 4. I bought a hunter green one, 2 black ones, and a magenta. They're all made the same with the little pockets on the side. I like those little throne dresses. I love them. But you know what? I was itchy tonight. I don't know if that bath gel messed my skin up or I'm just dry. Usually my skin only gets like this in the winter. But I think I haven't been putting on enough moisture because I'm kind of like just like jumping out the shower and rushing the past couple of days. So I think I'm not putting on enough lotion and oil. Because usually if it's summer months, even if I didn't put on a lot of lotion and oil, my skin wouldn't dry out. So I was wondering if that bath gel I use dried me out today. It's the Walmart brand. The Equate. It's supposed to be the equivalent to like Oil of Olay. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Face was itchy too. I was like, Lord have mercy. That's all I need. Break out. I think it's because I don't have enough moisture. I hadn't put on enough moisture, lotion, past couple of days. My skin, I believe, was drying a little bit. We'll see. I may go a couple of days not use that bath gel, or whatever it is, bath wash. I don't really like. Are you drinking enough water? No. That might be it too. It might be dehydrated. I didn't think about that. Get some sleep. Yeah, probably need that too. It's probably a combination of all of it. Water. Yeah, I'm going to drink some water when I get off this live. I hope you get the gold knives. Glad you found your dresses. It's getting hot. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. Honey, my butt, I hadn't been in that store in a long time. You know how all the Walmarts and grocery stores, they're all made different. So I've got to get used to where everything is in the store again because it's been a long time since I've shopped at that Walmart. So I got to get used to where everything is. And I just was going back and forth, back and forth. I said, whoa, you get some exercise. Because I was just, I need to make a list, a mental list, and remember where everything is. So that way I don't backtrack in the store because I went up the aisle, food aisle, come back down, past the place where I was supposed to look for the house shoes. I jumped straight over to where the nightgowns were and the dresses. Then I had to backtrack back over to the back of the store where the house shoes were. I bought some comfortable house shoes too. I bought me 2 pairs. I bought one pair, just to have your feet out in, and then the other pair slip on. So in case if I need to step out the door to, enter the trash, my feet won't be exposed. Yeah, I said, I'm going to buy me 2 pair of house shoes because I wash my house shoes every week. That's just queen. I wash them every week, just like I wash my other stuff. If there's fragrance in that body wash, it could make you real itchy. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Because I've used Equate products before. I used their baby oil, and I've used their lotion, the cocoa butter Equate. So that's why I trusted go ahead getting the body wash. But I know how washes can be because my skin's sensitive. I said it might be too strong because it's got kind of that imitation olive oil smell to it. Now the other one they had was sensitive skin, similar to Dove, and my better half was saying you probably should get this one, but I didn't. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna drink some water. Yeah, they had some cute house shoes. They got the furry ones in like a tan color. I didn't get those. I was thinking about getting them, but then I thought my feet might sweat in them because they're real furry. Even though it goes between your toes, I was thinking, I don't know. Even though it's warm in here, but it's air conditioning on in the house, I was thinking, do I really want fuzzy slip-on with my toes between them? Because what about, your feet getting sweaty, putting on lotion and oil and stuff? So I bypassed those. I might go back and get them. Just depends on my mood. But I didn't. I just got some regular house shoes, slip-on house shoes to cover your feet, and then the ones that go with your feet out, and I got those. And then I got me some slip-on shoes with a little bit of a heel on them because I'm not supposed to be wearing flat shoes. I bought 1 pair of slip-ons and I bought another little pair of I think they're FUBU, little tennis shoes. Can I return it? Oh, the bath gel, I probably could if it's breaking me out. My skin's not broke out or nothing. I don't have no hives or nothing. I just felt itchy today. That's all. I don't think I had on enough moisture because I think I had ran out the day before and I didn't lotion up good. Where did you get that head wrap you wore yesterday? I liked it. Looked nice on you. I want to try one for my bad hair days. Oh, Penny, I got that from the thrift store, but you can buy in all different colors. Or you can order them online. They should have them online. You might want to try Temu. Temu might have them. But you can get them in all type of colors, designs. I've seen them in black, red, yellow, green, blue, all kind of colors. Return it and get the sensitive skin one. Yeah, I might need to do that. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll bathe in the regular soap and then I'll lotion myself up real good. And then I'll go from there. I don't know. See, my face is sensitive too. It looks like I've got hives on my face. If I use a washcloth with something strong on it, maybe like, body wash, whatever, I cannot wash my face as well. I can wash my body, but not my face. My face will get itchy. So I noticed my face was kind of itchy too. Because I had used that cloth after taking a shower and wiped my face down. I thought, ooh, now my face is kind of itchy. So I didn't know if it was the bath wash or what. But like I said, I've used Equate products before. I've used their lotion. I used their lavender oil, and I haven't had any problems. But that bath wash might have maybe a little bit more perfume in it than the lotion and the oil. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. All right, Penny. Thank you. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $BeganG129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live stream. Thank you for the stickers and chats. We'll be back with more stimulating content. Check out my earlier live pertaining to P. Diddy and Gypsy Rose. Take the polls pertaining to those topics, and I will try to bring you something else stimulating to talk about this week. I don't have anything else planned because God knows this is enough right here. Oh man, it's like never ending with these people. Prayers for this boy child. Prayers for Summer Wells. Once again, Saturday will mark 3 years that she went missing in Rogersville, Tennessee. And we're now 3 months plus into the disappearance of this 15-year-old child. Prayers for both of them. And if indeed both cases are criminal, prayers for justice and that all suspects will be apprehended. Amen. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful morning. You have been listening to the Vault XL.